Barbados. Get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Morning to you as well, and welcome to today. Today is Wednesday, October the 29th, 2025. I'm Pearson Bowen. It's so wonderful to have you company. Thank you for waking up to keep us company as well, and for making that concerted decision to do so, whether it's on our streams or live on your TV, wherever it is. We thank you. For those of you watching on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, or our website, cbc.bb, thanks. Share the show. Share the love. Bring someone else along. Tell them to come join in what we do every weekday morning, Monday to Friday from 6 in the morning. And of course, if you know of something or someone whose story we have to tell, we'd love very much for you to tell us. Tell us by sending us an email. The email address is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. There's a lot to get to today. We want to continue checking in with Jamaica. As you know, Hurricane Melissa impacted Jamaica yesterday. We want to hear how our Bajans there have fared. Also today, we want to take a very good look at the fundamentals of change management. What are those fundamentals? And why at times are we getting it wrong? And what can we do to get it right? We'll talk HR with Hermab when they join us in just a little while. We'll also be today looking at the ZR culture and what it means. I know a number of you have passions about it. We want to look at what the organization is doing to ensure that we do have some order on our roads and a whole lot more relative to them. The Food and Rum Festival is almost upon us, and one of the event coordinators will join us as we take a look at the calendar of activities and where we can get our tickets and why you should be there, who's appearing, all of those questions we'll have answers to when they join us this morning. We'll also today be meeting the parish ambassadors for the parish of St. Michael, because we're just days away too from the Spirit of the Nation show on the 15th of November at the Garfield Sobers Sports Complex. I know you cannot wait to be there to cheer on your respective parish ambassadors. So St. Michael, your turn today. This morning we'll continue and begin to deeply look at the celebrations of our top tier teachers, all part of an initiative by the Barbados Union of Teachers. So we'll begin to introduce some of them to you today. Pat Ben, good morning. She says good morning to the crew as well. Pat, to you, we say good morning as well. Hello, Anthony Smith, watching from New York. He says good morning, Barbados. We'll be back to you as well. Today too, we'll talk with Professor Cardinal Ward, because in 2026 there is going to be the next STEM Olympiad. When is registration closing, and all the details we'll share. Nydia Trim, good morning. Thank you so much for watching as well. A very, very good morning to you as well. Rhonda Hines Grim Sweet Rons, wonderful Wednesday to you as well. She says keep active and age gracefully. I know you do so already, so you're a wonderful example of what that means. So thank you, Sweet Rons, as well. So while we slept and while we kept a close eye on what's happening in Jamaica, last night, just after 9 o'clock, something happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. What? Take a look at this.
Today, as required under Section 48 of the Constitution of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I advise Her Excellency the Governor General to dissolve Parliament with immediate effect this evening, October the 28th, 2024. Excellency has accepted her Prime Minister's advice and has issued the necessary instrument, the proclamation to be published of the dissolution of Parliament as of tonight. All consequential, constitutional and legal matters have been put in train for general elections. General elections will be held on Thursday, November the 27th, 2020.
A bunch of people so happy for general elections. What an activity there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Nomination day is the 10th of November. We'll be keeping a very close eye on that because Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves is going for his sixth term as Prime Minister. He came into the office in 2001. This is 2025. 5. So you know how long he's been serving there now. And so he's going for a record 6th time. And we'll be watching what's happening there, as I'm sure most of the eyes of people across the world will be watching as well, because it really is history-making what's happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All right, Jamaica. We all sat, we thought, what's going on with Hurricane Melissa? She's just been sitting off coast for a little while, just lashing with wind and rain. And then eventually Melissa made way on land. And in doing so, she affected a lot happening in Jamaica, one of the places significantly affected was the Sangster International Airport. Have you ever traveled to Jamaica? Have you ever gone to the Sangster International Airport? That's in Montego Bay. And if we can share with people just what it looked like, the damage caused to the departure lounge. So clearly we can. There it is. That's a look into Sangster International Airport's departure lounge, and it has been smacked by the power and the force of Hurricane Melissa, Category 5, when it touched land in Jamaica yesterday. And obviously that's going to impact passengers using that facility for some time. We'll wait to hear just what remedial plans are being put in place by the government of Jamaica, so that there is hopefully very, very soon some access to the island by air. But that's part of the damage caused by Melissa. How did Bajans fare? Yesterday we met Gerard Morris Seeley, who is a Bajan living and working in Jamaica. He shared his preparations plans. We want to hear whether or not those preparation plans held up, whether he's still using his spotlight to effect the lighting into his room as well. Gerard, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados. And yes, I'm still using my torchlight.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, it has been a pretty, rough 24 hours. Thankfully, Melissa has passed and gone, and we're still suffering some effects from the outer bands, especially the western side of the country where she passed over. But yeah, it's all about recovery now after some catastrophic impact. The relief efforts they've basically started now.
Let's look at the impact before we get to the relief efforts as well. Your friends, I'm told, have been sharing with you their experiences, because where you were, you didn't have quite the same experience. Am I right?
That is correct. And most of my friends that I have reached out in the countryside, the rural areas, they have reported that they are okay, but there's a lot of devastation out there where it comes to assets and possessions. And basically, we've seen most of the damage recorded, that is, in St. Elizabeth, the breadbasket parish, where most of the produce is provided in Jamaica, which means that after Hurricane Beryl, they were still recovering from that. To get a double whammy and be hit by Hurricane Melissa, it just means that there could be negative impacts in terms of Jamaica's agricultural industry. The fact is that, a lot of people were not able to evacuate those areas, even though they were told earlier to do so. But, thankfully there hasn't been any reports of more loss of life other than the 3 deaths that we heard about on Monday. And most people were able to get out, but quite frankly, as Desmond McKenzie, the local government minister, put it, St. Elizabeth is underwater, and they're still feeling some of the effects of the outer bands of Melissa, which means that there could be possibly more devastation for them coming up shortly.
Speaking of underwater, we saw also images and videos of cars being swept by rising water and being marooned in some areas, people being marooned as well. I wanted to share with our viewers a little bit of what was shared with you as well by your friends. And as we do so, I want you to describe for me what you remember and then also what you see. So if we can we begin to share? Because you would have obviously traversed the land in Jamaica. You've been into some of these places. Knowing now what you know, how do you feel about the news coming out of those places?
That is correct. It has been very heartbreaking in most instances to see how flattened Hurricane Melissa was able to get these areas. Black River is a community especially that they're very strong, very resilient, and they have lots of community power. I mean, I was seeing some of the images, hearing how others were being affected by it, and I know that there's a lot of heartbreak out there for that particular community. And I put the spotlight on Black River simply because that's where you've seen the most damage. But I can't forget areas like Westmoreland. I've been trying to reach out to a couple of friends in Westmoreland that have not been able to get back to me, which means that they probably don't have self-service. Now, this is a community where we've seen some of the effort. You can see the relief efforts that are going on, trying to get each other evacuated. They were warned to get out of their facility, of their community, but because of the longing to protect assets,
Look at that.
be able to save what they were well, they just stayed, and they wanted to ensure that they could be there to protect each other. And the banking, as you can see.
Did you see the erosion where the car was swept as a consequence of that erosion?
And this is just one of those instances. I mean, in Clarendon as well, we've seen a few cars being underwater. In St. Anne, the flooding was so high that a few houses were underwater. There was a family trapped by flooding inside their homes, and the fire brigade had to go and rescue them in Mandeville. So that's just some of what has been happening. I mean, the corporate area, Port Morris and Catherine, we were spared. We were spared the worst part of this. St. Thomas, Portland, a lot of the rural parishes were deeply affected. And to be very honest, I'm grateful that Melissa had shifted at the last minute before making landfall further west, because if she had continued along the initial projected path and go eastern of the country and just sweep away the country, the fact is that I probably would not be here talking to you in this facility.
Did you lose any connectivity to some of what we call the essential services, telecommunications and the like?
Well, I wasn't affected that badly. And yesterday there was a lot of difficulty. Still no power, but Flow, I think they got the brunt of it, but they were still able to come up with ideas. They said that about 77% of their customers were still able to access mobile service, while only 22% of their fiber internet cable customers were able to gain access. What you're seeing here is the Black River Hospital, one of 4 hospitals that were affected. Rather, this is Sav Lamar in Westmoreland. This is the Sav Lamar in Westmoreland. But the hospitals were quite significantly impacted. 4 hospitals that we were told of major damage, reported that is. And I keep saying reported because that was of yesterday. We're not sure what the report will be like this morning. I know that when you look at the government officials and when they're addressing the nation, they're trying their best to be as positive as possible, but you can see that there is some personal attachment to these areas that they're talking about, and they seem to be a little bit more devastated. But in order to keep the country as calm and cool as possible, they're trying to remain calm in their presentation and just be frank about what is going on, and try to ease the country and those listening about what is being done and how they've been able to really get the relief effort started and ensure that things are being being taken under control.
Crisis communication is a skill, and I'm sure your leaders there know how to do so now, having practice. What have you learned from this experience, Gerard?
Quite a few things. That anything is possible when it comes to nature. Whenever we think that something is not being able to be repeated or can't get any worse, something always comes up to show us not to put anything out of our imagination or to underestimate any kind of weather system. The infrastructure in the Caribbean, as we have mentioned numerous times, needs a lot of work. And the fact is that there's nowhere in the region, or might I say in the world, that would have been able to withstand the force of Hurricane Melissa. But we are fighters. That's mostly what I've learned, the biggest lesson that I've learned. We are fighters. And I know that I'm speaking specifically about Jamaica, but the fact is that most of us in the Caribbean are fighters, because we could have easily run away and retreated when we heard of this system approaching. But the fact is that we knew that most of us couldn't go anywhere. Those who were able to get out got out, but majority were forced to stay because, quite frankly, they couldn't go anywhere else but stay. And they just fought through. They fought through, and I've noticed too that God has really blessed us as a Caribbean region, because this could have been much, much worse.
Yes.
I know that it was already bad. It was bad, but it could have been much, much worse.
Indeed. And, you know, Gerard, I'm happy that you're able to keep your smile through it all, even after it all. And I want to thank you so much for staying with us yesterday and into today, the post-analysis of what's been happening there. And thank you so much for reaching out, even with your challenges with connectivity from time to time, and with the spotlight, just to give some illumination to the space that you're in. Thank you very, very much, Gerard. Keep safe and keep well.
Thank you, Pearson. Before I go, though, I want to let the country know that there is a website that has already been launched. Effort can go there and pledges supportjamaica.gov.jm. That's the website, and I mean there has been a lot of support so far. Miami Heat NBA team have pledged $1 million. Jamal Murray also in the NBA has pledged his help. So you can go there and pledge, no matter how small it is, $50, $25, no matter how little you can help or how much you can help. Greatly appreciated. So once more, supportjamaica.gov.jm. That's the website you can visit.
You leapt ahead of me there, because I wanted to say that coming up after our interview. But thank you very much for telling it to everyone before I did. Thank you, Gerard. Have a good day.
Thank you, Pearson. You too. And
You're
all
welcome.
your viewers.
Likewise. All right. And so last night as well, you know, Prime Minister Andrew Holness had an opportunity to be interviewed by Anderson Cooper of CNN, and he gave his view as a government official and as a Prime Minister of what he saw and experienced in Jamaica. Let's take a look at that.
The Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. We spoke with him last night. What a day it has been. Certainly, Prime Minister, thank you. What are you hearing about the impact of the storm? What kind of reports of damage are you getting?
Well, just as you have heard from your previous two guests, that the corridor of impact would have been in the southwestern end of the island, St. Elizabeth, parts of Manchester, parts of Westmoreland, and then heading to the northwestern end of the island, St. James, Hanover, and parts of Trelawney. It is clear that wherever the eye of the hurricane hit, there would be devastating impacts. And the reports that we have had so far would include damage to hospitals, significant damage to residential property, housing, and commercial property as well, and damage to our road infrastructure. But I think that, you know, we have mounted a very credible and strong preparation and recovery strategy, and that will help us to ensure that our citizens who may now be facing hardship, they can have confidence that the government will be able to reach them immediately after the storm is passed.
Yeah, I mean, when do you anticipate you would be able to get rescue repair crews, you know, electricity restored to some of the hardest hit parts of the island?
Well, in the eastern end of the island, we should be able to start the recovery process immediately. So tomorrow onwards, we should be able to restore electricity, telecommunications. In the southern end of the island, that may take a few more days. But today I had a meeting of my cabinet. All the ministers are mobilized. We have put the necessary measures in place. So tomorrow the effort to clear roads to ensure that there is island-wide connectivity, to return electricity, and to deal with the humanitarian issues that may occur, the need for food, medicine, and temporary shelter. All of those will be mobilized tomorrow.
There were some reports of fatalities as people prepared for this, cutting down trees and injuries. Have you gotten any reports of fatalities during the storm?
Well, as best as we would have tried and we would have informed citizens, I'm certain that there would be eventualities and situations. But as of now, I don't have any confirmed reports of deaths. But with a Category 5 hurricane, with the damage along the corridor, as we had explained earlier, we are expecting that there would be some loss of life.
Yeah. Well, Prime Minister, I appreciate your time tonight. I know you're busy. I appreciate it. Much more of our breaking news coverage ahead. Thank you. Hurricane.
And as Gerard reminded you, there is a coordinated approach to how you can give relief to Jamaica. That is through the website supportjamaica.gov.jm. Supportjamaica.gov.jm. You go there, you see the great need, and you see how you can give as well, as we all rise for Jamaica. Morning Barbados has more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 25 minutes after 6 o'clock. Now, I know a lot of you have emotions around the ZR culture, around how those ZRs use the systems on our roads. And really, we're looking at public service vehicles, not just the ZRs alone, because there are other members of AOPT, the Alliance Operators of Public Transport. And so they're here with us this morning, the Director of Communications and Public Affairs, Mark Haynes. With him is the Director of Compliance and Legal Affairs, Craig Banfield. Gentlemen, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Let's get to the meat of the matter. People love ZRs because of the convenience. People hate ZRs because of the practice on the roads. What do you say to that?
Yes, I concur with those perspectives, but for sure I am interested particularly in that of the workers in the sector. I want it to be conformity with the laws and the regulations of the land and not to run follow of the law. I think the laws are being circumvented, and I'm urging the workers not to circumvent the law. And we want to see in Barbados a situation where we have a cleaned up ZR culture. It is a culture as it's called, but better can be done. And the laws have been passed and gazetted, and it's a question of enforcement. My question with the laws is you can pass 1,000 laws. If you do not have an enforcement mechanism, you're wasting your time. It'll be an act in futility as far as I'm concerned. So I think that we need to step into the plate. The workers in the sector need to do what is right, wear their uniforms, please, and get with it. And it is time for action and not time for procrastination. We went too long with this and we seem to be going nowhere, but we can do better. And now is the time to enforce the laws.
So that's the action you're talking about, an enforcement of the laws?
Yeah, the laws must be enforced. If you do not enforce the laws, you're wasting your time. The culture remains, nothing happens. It remains unchanged. And right now, as far as I'm concerned, it's very untenable.
Is there any power that AOPT has?
We only have moral persuasion, but the laws are there. The Transport Authority is supposed to enforce the laws. The police would collect the charge whomever, and then the Transport Authority is the one whose remit it is to take action or can take in law. We can only advise, suggest, encourage, beseech these things we can do, which we are doing, and we are hell-bent on doing it. Mm-hmm. Hence, we are trying to avert fines for workers in the sector by telling them to do what is right and forget that which is wrong.
Craig, you're a director of compliance, note that word, and legal affairs.
Complaints.
Complaints.
Yes.
And legal affairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apologies.
No problem.
And so you hear the complaints. And you probably hear them almost by the minute.
Thank you.
Because it feels for us motorists almost by the minute there's an infraction. Whether you are dragging, whether you're just stopping next to each other on the roads and just blocking traffic and just doing literally foolishness.
Correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you can gather all the complaints in the world, but if you do nothing about it, we feel as though we're just tossing our voices into the wind.
Yeah.
What can AOPT do now to move into action, having heard the complaints of the public?
Thanks very much for having us this morning. We hear many complaints over the period of time, but a lot of the complaints are repetitive. So therefore, this is something that has been happening for over 40 years. And I think government after government comes in and they know exactly what the complaints are. But we don't seem to take the right action in order to get those complaints out of the way one by one. As Mr. Haynes alluded, we need to, enforcement is one of the key structures in place. I would like to see, and I've mentioned this before in the media as well as at meetings, government meetings, whereby the demerit point system that is on the books and has been on the books for quite some time and has not been really being enforced by any government that has come into power. I think that we have to start looking at different ways and means of enforcing to eliminate a lot of these complaints. And I think that through the legal courts, that is a one sure way that we can go ahead and enforce. Because when a person, for example, has their permit and their livelihood threatened from an owner's perspective, then is when you will have to see some serious changes further on down the road.
The operators will think from time to time, but I'm part of your association, it feels as if you're fighting me. Do you get that feeling from them as well?
Yeah, the problem is that our association, AOPT, does not represent the whole sector. We have our members and we try to advise our members to follow the rules and regulations of the laws of Barbados. And we have a pretty good remit in that regard. Of course, there's some operators who are not our members who do not think that we are in their favor, like what you mentioned previously. But that's not the case. Our organization is for the proper rules and regulations. Let's look at Trinidad and some of the other Caribbean countries who have a similar ZR culture, but their culture is more to the sense of organization itself. And I think that we at Barbadians can do that, but we have to have everything in the right things enforced in order to do that.
Mark, one of the things I know the minister who is responsible for this, correct, said that drivers need to be trained before they get their license to operate a vehicle. Is that ongoing?
Well, we had the training course and the
Barbados
right, to train the workers in the sector. And this had to do with behavior and so on. And some men have gone, some haven't gone. So we are in almost a catch-22 situation. We can only encourage those persons who have not yet gone to please go and do the course. It is hope that the course will help people to better their ways, do things differently. It doesn't mean because you go to the course that it's going to stop tomorrow morning, but it helps. And I think that this is what they should do, because it's a part of discipline. You know, this is a part of trying to show the guys, look, we can do better. We need to create a new profile for the ZR industry. The ZR fraternity does fantastic work. The sector moves thousands of Barbadians on a daily basis. Figure if you didn't have the sector, the ZR sector, what will happen to commuters? Yes, they do some things, and they do some good things and do some wrong things. So you have to have a balancing act. For instance, the guy who asked passengers to disembark last week, who took that guy to the hospital who was shot, that was a good deed. And I hear no commend him, and the association commend him for having that was a good human deed he did. He took the guy, asked them to disembark, the passengers complied, and he took the guy straight to QEH. That was fantastic. That is a good job. That is a good worker. And we applaud him.
Sorry, I want to make this point too. Not all ZR or operators are bad. We have a few bad apples that keep reoccurring. And so I don't want to, as an organization, sit here and Good Morning Barbados and say that all ZR drivers are bad. There are only a few, and the relevant authorities know who the few are. You just need to weed them out of the system and basically...
Yeah, the reality is human nature. Humans are humans, and whether it's in the ZR or in the office or in the homes, that's how it is.
True.
I get that. But at the same time, we feel as though your organization can do a whole lot more to reel them in, and we sometimes feel that you're not doing enough to reel them in. What do you think? I know you might tell me I'm unfair. We're being unfair.
I take your comment.
Because we drive on the road, we see it day by day.
Yes, but I understand your point, Pearson. I understand. I get you. But where do not get you is this: we cannot enforce the law. We cannot enforce the law. The issue, the public, the average person in the public does not understand. We cannot enforce the law. The Transport Authority is is regulatory body to carry out the law. We cannot do it. We cannot do it. So if we could have done that, perhaps we could do more.
Can I lose membership of AOPT if I infringe the law, certain demerit points almost, and as a consequence, my membership is broken? Well, so it's almost like branding. Said, I see certain vehicles, it's branded AOPT branded, and that means that I know that they will comply. I know that they fill all of the requirements that we, as other motorists, require. And when I don't, I know not to use that vehicle. Is that a part of your thinking?
That's correct.
Go ahead.
That will create some problems. Go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when we get complaints from our members or both our members, we will call them up, let them come in. We will have discussions with them. We tell them what complaints we have received. And we try to influence them to change their behavior or get their driver or the operator who is operating their vehicle to change their behavior. Most of the times we are successful in that regard. In the event that we are not, then we do look at that possibility. It's fortunate that we have not gotten to that point yet, but in the event that something like that occurs, we will have to do that. We will have to rescind their membership from our organization.
You wanted to say something more?
Yeah. What I'm saying is that I understand your point, and I get it. It becomes an irritant where you are driving and a guy passes you, and the guy he stops in the middle of the road. He doesn't let you pass, and if you pass, he uses profanity. I'm told this. I have seen it. It's not right. And as my colleague said, all of them are not doing it. So therefore, then what we can do, we have to beseech. We have to continue to do it. It is a work in progress to beseech and encourage the workers to do the right thing, and also the owners of the vehicles too have to take some responsibility here and help us. Because if you are an owner and that is your investment, it is imperative that you look after your investment. If you have an employee who puts your thing into peril, why would you keep him? But I agree, call him in and speak with him. Don't shout at him, speak with him. And if he continues, well, you will have to say goodbye, sir. But what I'm saying to you, if he understands the nature of the business, he will do better. So we are here to beseech and encourage the workers. I ask the guys to please emulate the behavior of their colleagues. Do that, and I think we should be good to go. Too many complaints are coming at us. CRY gets them daily. I get them daily. The chairman gets them daily, and all the other officers get them daily. So we have to then get on to the owners and then relay the information to him, and for him to take action. And we have a database. CRY, you can speak to the database to Mr. Pearson. And that's how it is. But we want better for the industry.
I'm telling you.
It is not the worst. It is not the worst industry. Barbados is not faced with bad behavior all over this island. It so happens We represent the ZR fraternity. So therefore then, I can speak to this fraternity. I'm not happy with what is going on. Better can be done.
I will tell you, I use the word I'm sure a lot of people feel like say today, it is sickening. It is sickening when we see it, whether they are drinking and they know they should not be drinking.
Absolutely.
Whether they are smoking, they know they should not be doing those kinds of things.
Right.
Not just setting bad examples for the children who also ride on their vehicles. And being responsible enough as adults to say to a child, no, don't step on here because you ought to be on that other vehicle.
Precisely.
I know you're in the business, y'all got to make some money. I get it. I don't think I don't get it. But there is a moral responsibility in my mind on the drivers and the owners and the operators to say to make sure that they stay within certain rules and structures.
Right, for instance, that case last week or week before with the school children, that is reprehensible. That is unacceptable behavior in the society. I am not going to speak to the issue because it's still under police investigation. Notwithstanding that though, what I can say generally speaking is that I do not want to see a replication of that kind of activity what occurred last week. That could have been far worse than it was. And as far as I'm concerned, that cannot be encouraged and should not be encouraged. It should be stopped. And this is why I'm saying to the owner, but get vexed with me. But the owners have to take a lot of blame for the foolishness that happens on the road. You just say it's sickening. I concede, it is sickening. I concede, I'm not denying it, but I just want better. Better can be done. The owners must take more responsibility. Owners, it is your investment, please take care of it. Do not let people come and wreck your investment or cause you to lose your investment. And then at the end of the day, where this liability falls, it falls at you, the liability. That makes no sense. That is not a good business acumen, and it should not be encouraged. And therefore, all the profanity, the lewd music, the children going to school learning. You imagine you're going to sign into school, and you leave school and go and you jolly right on a minibus. That is repulsive. You know, the behavior is repulsive, and it has to stop. So I don't think the EOPT, I know, we do not accept any behavior that is repulsive or that is repugnant. It is unacceptable. That music should be stopped. School children should not be allowed to travel those buses with that kind of music. And the guys who are not carried appropriately, that too something, especially younger conductors. This now comes to the cashless system. If we have the cashless system now, it will remove that element, that bad element that is really conductors on the buses. They're not wearing uniform. They're untidy. A pair of slippers. Come on, we can do better. This is not right. So workers who do things that are wrong like this must be called out publicly. It's not the EOPT, it's not there to represent you. Yes, when you're doing good, we're here to represent you, and we will. But if you're doing foolishness, and you're doing foolishness, you must be called out. You cannot encourage fool. It is recklessness, it is lawlessness, it is just absurd. Absolutely absurd. I hate it with a passion.
Oh, I'm so glad to get that from your mouth. We hate it with a passion too. And that's the whole point. So we're happy to know that AOPT feels the way we feel well, and are as eager as we are to see a change in what we see in our public service.
I say it is reprehensible. It is very reprehensible and must be stopped.
Let's look at the complaints that are coming through, Craig, though. What's the trend that you see of complaints coming?
We tend to get the same sort of complaints. Lewd music, as was previously mentioned, off-road, dragging. So these are what has been happening for a long period of time. And there's no change. I mean, it doesn't matter who comes into the system. They seem to reoccur. I don't know if it is that they see what is going on with other operators and they decided, look, you know what, if this guy go through here, he will lap me or whatever the case may be. So it is something that, unfortunately, we keep getting the same complaints over and over again. And I get tired of hearing the complaints coming through that repeatedly.
I can imagine. I would not want to sit at the end of your phone either to be able to receive those kinds of comments because it has to be annoying. It's really annoying.
It is. And I go back, Pearson, to that of enforcement. The key here, I don't care what nobody tells me, the key here is enforcement. You pass the laws have been gazetted, you're good to go. Let's go. Start with some of the guys who are doing foolishness, and you will see a lot of people back off because I don't want to get prosecuted. I can't afford to pay those fines. But if you do not do anything, the guys are going to laugh at you. It becomes a laughing stock. They can't have that.
And it gets scary for a lot of us other motorists as well.
It must be. So the laws must be enforced. They must be enforced.
Right. You dare not say anything because you don't want to have a flare up on the road. But gentlemen, I'm glad I see the passion from you as well that aligns with the general passion of the public. And I say that deliberately because I believe that your heart is now in the right place because you see it through our eyes too. But I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know it's tough. I know it's difficult, but don't give up because I think you're in the right space to be able to make a change.
Has to be fought.
It has to.
Has to be fought. And thanks for having us this morning.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Mark Haynes, Director of Communications and Public Affairs with AOPT, and Craig Banfield, the Director of Complaints and Legal Affairs as well, joining us as we took an emotional approach to telling you, listen, y'all stop y'all nonsense, to say the pure Bages, stop the nonsense that's happening on the road, and perhaps then we can see not just saving of lives, but a far more orderly society. But enforcement, as Mark keeps saying, enforcement. We're taking a break here, folks. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're talking HR with Hermab this morning, looking at the fundamentals of change management and why it's important to businesses to pay attention to the fundamentals. Shelley Foster is an HR practitioner. Shelley Foster joins us now to talk about this. Shelley, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
When we talk about change management, what are we talking about?
Okay, so you are looking at the fact that things change, okay? That's a standard. And we are talking about making sure that the change happens, it happens well, it sticks, and things are transformed for whatever reason you have enacted that change.
Change in a workplace, though, requires that somebody at some point decided something has to happen.
That's right.
Because we cannot continue in the way we were continuing. But it doesn't just involve that decider. There are other people who have to be who have to be brought into the whole conversation around that change management. Let's talk about what businesses ought to pay attention to if they want to have the most effective change management outcome.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to start with is communication. The reasons why you are changing. If you don't let your team members or the organization doesn't communicate to the team members why they're changing, what they're changing, how they're going to change, then you're going to meet resistance. Okay, and I am speaking, it's so ironic because I'm speaking from being on the other side, being the one who put up some resistance to change. So communication is the first important factor if you're going to get the buy-in that you need.
And part of that resistance oftentimes is, all right, but what's in it for me? Why should I care about this change? Not just for job security alone, but it seems to me as if it makes no sense. And that communication then is able to dispel a lot of that disease, that unease that a lot of people have around whatever is going on. But the communication cannot be once. It has to be targeted and, to my mind, targeted and done in such a way that feedback is encouraged. Am I right?
You are absolutely correct. And it's not all the time what's in it for me. It's why do I have to change? Or I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing, how I'm doing. It's getting the job done. Why are you telling me now that I need to change? So the resistance is, I don't want to go through the discomfort of having to change everything, upset my apple cart. No, I don't want to.
So how can an HR practitioner respond to the colleague who says, I don't want to in change management?
Like you said, it's feedback. You have to listen to what they're saying. Try to find out their reasons, because if you can work with their why nots and bring them around to your way of thinking, that's one strategy that you can use very effectively. So listen, and it's not just an email. Sometimes you just want to send out a couple of emails and hope that everybody gets it. So it is going to be more than emails. You have to invest more than send an email or pick up the phone and make a phone call, or just say to your manager, okay, go over there and make sure that all those people change. It's going to be more than that. You have to be fully invested and be prepared to communicate in several different ways on different levels so that you reach everyone. Not saying that that's going to guarantee the buy-in that you want, but you have to be invested and prepared to do the work.
If the message is not heard or understood, you're wasting time.
Yeah.
And so it starts with the communication process. Once we understand what it is we're trying to achieve here, we begin to share via that communication, whether it is one-on-one, group sessions, walk through the building and talk to everybody constantly, but listen and receive the feedback, because that feedback informs, and in that information it could be that you need to adjust something to this change management approach as well, and then it's a loop in that sense. But for the HR practitioner, it's like, I'm always answering questions, but who answers my questions at the same time?
But guess what? You have to also bring in your leadership team into the entire process. So you have, and for me, I'm coming from a background, as I told you, of hospitality. So you have different departments, different department leaders. So you have to prepare and equip them to assist you. Okay, yes, you have a change champion, but you have to get your leadership team to understand and buy in so that they're the ones who are assisting you with going out there and touching everyone, bringing the feedback to you. And you have to be prepared to take the feedback and do something with it, not just say take the feedback and I'm going to continue on, with my plan. If you have to make some adjustments, you're going to make those adjustments. But bringing your leadership team and ensure that they understand, they buy in, and they're fully there to support you.
Your colleague resiles and resists tokenism. Don't just make it seem as though, okay, fine, I've been able to off-burden on you, and you say, okay, fine, I got you, put that to the side. We really want to get on with this instead. So you can't send that kind of message, because then you're creating a problem.
Yes.
And that is not a fundamental to change management.
No, it is not.
It is to hear it and do something about it. Sometimes doing something about it is just reminding the colleague there's nothing we can do about that. And perhaps you might need to make a decision whether you want to be a part of the change that we're making. Am I going in the right direction with my thinking?
You're going in the right direction, because this segues into creating these support systems, to support that change. Now, as an organization, as I said earlier, you have to get your leaders on board with you. They're going to assist you ultimately. But also, there's obviously some structures that you're going to have to change. Some what we call SOP, standard operating procedures, that are going to have to change. There's some training that's going to have to be done. And so you have to be prepared to run the whole gamut, to do everything that it will need in order to see that transformation. I always use that word, transformation, because you just don't, like you said, you just don't want to have a change and it lasts for 1 year.
Correct.
Or for 6 months.
Yes, yes.
You know, and so often that happens, and then everything starts to slide because you didn't have the structures in place to support that change effectively.
And there's a cost to change.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean a real dollar cost
Yes.
to change. And so getting it right is absolutely crucial. Rushing the change, though, I want to talk about that for just a minute, because we may have looked at the books at the end of March and we said these numbers aren't looking quite right. We have to do something by September. The next quarter, we got to get it all done. And so we rush into an idea and didn't take the time to effectively analyze that idea or the process towards communicating that idea and to see the change. Talk to me about your concerns as an HR practitioner when we are a little too hasty and we did not take the time. What's the loss to the company?
Well, when you evaluate your situation, where you are as an organization, and you decide change is needed, it may be that you need to upsize, you need to downsize, or you need to change some policies, because the determining factors may be external. You don't know. But certainly you have to count the cost first of all. Then you have to remember that the change doesn't happen unless I change.
Yes.
So there's the human factor in there. People are the ones that are going to allow you to change effectively. And so when things happen and you have your because within a whole big set of change, you're going to have small wins. So celebrate those wins. Encourage people. Consider what are the attached costs even to celebrating those wins, and encouraging people to continue to build on what they achieve day by day. So timelines sometimes don't even matter. You have to adjust those timelines. So you can't just come and say in September, by December we have to be here. You have to consider that 5 more steps may have to go into place before you reach your final goal.
It's as fluid as that.
It is absolutely as fluid as that.
It's a process of change.
Yes.
And change changes even in itself as it changes. Let's talk a little bit about the leaders. Those who sit in that suite for decision making, who figure we have made a decree, let it now go out to the people and let them do. How important, I want to speak to them, how important is their involvement in this change and being able to represent what the change looks like?
I like how you put that, person. We've decreed and let it go to the people. Well, let me tell you, when one of those people was me that the change was coming to, I was like, no, I don't want to change this. I remember we were changing a system, a computer system, and I felt like, no, I'm enjoying the way that this is working for me. I don't want to change. So when you have a team that understands the need for the change, so you're not just there saying, okay, you're having dialogue with them. You have to get your team on board first and foremost. So if it's going to be a retreat or, take them somewhere nice, I'm advocating. And listen, get the feedback, get the buy-in. So it isn't a matter of just as a business owner or whatever, you need to change. Hey guys, go out there and make it happen. You sit and you have dialogue. You help them to understand why, get the buy-in, and you go from there.
In another space of my life, I was a part of an association where, this is not my first job, where I started in banking. And in that we were looking...
I actually remember. Scotiabank.
No, the other one. The bigger, better one. Just kidding. And so we were adjusting our approach to customer service. And so we were giving it a totally different name, from the way you answer the phone to the way I deal with you one-on-one, face-to-face. A whole different approach was being done. The decision was taken that it was not just training for people in the branches. Even the directors had to attend the training. And I'm asking from that perspective because I think the demonstration of what it is from the leadership is important. And so every single living being who are part of that organization had to attend training. And attend training, not select a training for you and then we have training for them. You were integrated with some of the other people, they lay people down the chain, whether it was with a security officer, you could be sitting next to the security officer and sitting next to another manager. And I think that's important that the
Extremely
leadership
important, yes.
is involved, because the change management is also for them, and not to see themselves isolated from whatever has to happen as a result.
Absolutely. Remember I said there's the human factor, and at all levels you have to address and deal with the human factor. How is that person going to change? How do you need them to change to have the change within your organization happen effectively?
Indeed. And I'm glad you're stressing on the human, because one of the things I've also argued a lot is there are two words: human resources.
Yes.
They are a resource, yes, for the organization, but for heaven's sake, the first word is important. They're human. And so they have hearts that beat, minds that think, decisions to make, lives to live. And if you disregard what that brings, your resource means little or nothing to you. And so it's to be able to fashion what you do in such a way that you get the best out of both.
Absolutely.
And it's an understanding of that beating heart, that breathing person, that allows you to be able to communicate in such a way that they get it, they see themselves benefiting from this. You hold their hand.
Absolutely, because you're in it for the long haul. You know, you want them to be in it for the long haul as well. You want them to see how their improvement benefits them in the long run. So it not only benefits the company, the organization, but it benefits them. So show them the benefits for them as well.
I think overall we keep saying to everybody that this morning is that in change management you can't rush it. This is not a rushed process. This is a process that will be changing even as it changes. And so the timelines might be adjusted consequently. If you're able to get it done within your timeline, well done to you. Well done to you. Get total buy-in. Fantastic. You might meet some resistance, but you must have a very clear communication plan. Very, very clear. And how do you do that though? How do you test that your communication plan is complete in such a way that it is clear and it could meet the goals that you want to achieve?
The only way to test it is the feedback. The only way to figure out if that message has reached its target, if it's understood, is to listen to the feedback. So you have to devise methods of getting that feedback. So you have, either you say you're going to walk around the building and speak to everyone, you have your surveys, so you put those things into place to get the
suggestion
feedback.
boxes, those kinds. You have your regular meetings and
town hall meetings. I like those ones.
But you're right, even in the office, town hall meetings. But because even in all of this, that opportunity for feedback is so vital.
It is absolutely vital.
All along the way. And not to have it appear to be tokenism at all, that you're doing it just because. You're doing it for a very effective reason, which is you want to really hear from those who are going to be impacted the feedback, so that you can begin to make the adjustments as it goes. As we said, the change within the change is constantly changing. So you have to be open and flexible in that kind of way. Lead by example.
Yes.
You said that's important. Celebrate those wins as those changes occur. Celebrate those wins, because it's in that reinforcement that you begin to cement the change that you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Whether that change is in personality, that change is in process, that change is in profit as well. Celebrate all of those kinds of things as they go. And again, do not make it tokenism. Make it real and meaningful. It's important.
That's right.
Value your human resource, cost your process. If not, it can really get out of hand if you're not very, very careful about it.
Because you don't want to start and not be able to finish.
Correct. Or you might start, budget for X amount, and realize, oh, hold on, but this budget has tripled. And that wasn't quite what we had intended at all. So it's just to be realistic and cost it as well as it goes.
That's right.
You've done well, Shelley. You've really stirred me up on this one. And I
realized.
Yes, I'm sure many, many people who are watching who are not just interested in HR and the work of HR alone, but you see yourself in all of this. Maybe this opens a discussion for you with your HR practitioner in your office right now, because you're going through change too. And you want to say, I heard on Morning Barbados today that lady Shelley Foster say, and you can have that open discussion indeed. But to you, the HR practitioner, remember, I keep saying membership brings benefits. If you become a member of HERMAB, then you can lean on the expertise of Shelley and all of the other practitioners who are part of HERMAB to get some guidance and support as well. HERMAB can be found online, hrmab.org.bb. That's the website, hermab.org. Sign up, be a member. You can be an associate member because you're just interested in what's happening. You're a supervisor, you just want to upskill as well. All of those are possible through HERMAB. And so I wish you well with your change management activities in your respective organizations. Lean on HERMAB, lean on Shelley, and get some guidance and support as you go as well. Shelley, thank you so much for joining us.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome. HR practitioner Shelley Foster, as we taught HR with HERMAB. Mornin Barbados comes back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Look at the news now. Jamaica can count on Barbados to lend appropriate support in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Ryan Strawn, says Barbados is mobilizing resources to lend whatever support is needed once the all clear is given. He was addressing the Caribbean Forum at the Hilton Resort yesterday.
And I do hope and pray that our brothers and sisters in Jamaica will have minimal damage and that the society will be able to understand what is required to hold together immediately. And I know, as I've read this morning, the assessment by SEDIMA that they issued last night, that was the intensity is likely to deliver significant damage. What we do as a Caribbean region, what we do within the context of Latin America, to provide immediate relief as soon as the all clear is given, such that the mobilization effort for rebuilding and assisting our brothers and sisters in Jamaica will be most important.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Kerry Simmons says government is continuing its transition in the energy sector and moving away from fossil fuels to renewables. He was speaking in Parliament yesterday and on the debate of the Barbados National Energy Company Transfer and Vesting Assets Bill 2025 as it continues. Minister Simmons assures workers at the emerged Barbados National Oil Company Limited and the Barbados National Terminal Company Limited that they will not be disadvantaged.
Once this legislation becomes law, then the employees, sir, become employees of the Barbados National Energy Company. Their terms and conditions, the terms and conditions of their contract of employment remain as they are, and there is no disadvantage to be attributed to them. I made that point, sir, specifically with reference to some of the silent fundamentals that often are not spoken about but are critical to the individual. Things, sir, like your pension rights remain secure and they continue. Superannuation rights are preserved and they continue, Mr. Speaker, sir, and they transfer without prejudice to the new energy company.
Hundreds of Barbadian students have taken a step towards their dream of studying in the United States. Yesterday, the Education USA College Fair opened at the Lauderskine Sandiford Center, bringing together representatives from the U.S. universities to share information on scholarships, programs, and opportunities. Deanza Roberts reports.
For the first time since the pandemic,
The Education USA College Fair returned to Barbados, and with it, an air of excitement and possibility. Students, parents, and educators filled the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center to meet representatives from 15 U.S. colleges and universities. Faith Callender is one of the Education USA advisors here in Barbados.
This is important because it gives students the opportunity to be able to know what options and opportunities there are outside of Barbados. Yes, we know we have university and colleges here, but there are opportunities outside of Barbados, specifically in the U.S., to be able to study at different levels, both undergraduate and graduate.
U.S. Fulbright student Tylene Osorio says the fair is about helping students and families discover educational opportunities in the United States in whatever discipline they choose.
Whether your interests lie in the arts, sciences, business, or technology, there is a place for you to grow, learn, and thrive in the United States. The U.S. values education as a bridge that connects cultures, builds relationships, and empowers individuals to contribute to the global community.
Cumbermere student Tyler Clark sees the fair as an opportunity for him and other students to learn about new possibilities for further education.
When I finish Cumbermere, I would like to pursue my dreams of being a pilot at Alaska Airlines. I am thinking of going to Ball State University and potentially studying aviation there, or even Embry-Riddle. And I think overall this college fair is good because it exposes students to universities that they may have not known about, as well as organizations that will provide loans to assist students in financial aid. So I think overall a 10 out of 10 for sure.
Meantime, teachers say the experience provides students with invaluable exposure to the next stage of their academic journey. Kim Jones is a guidance counselor at Cumbermere School.
Our students have to understand that there is something beyond secondary school, and they need as much information to make as informed a decision as is humanly possible. So a program like this where they can actually speak to the reps and not just hear what we have to say, but hear from people who actually are a part of the institutions can make a difference. And I know that in situations like this, some students are recruited on the spot, some students are offered scholarships on the spot, and with the cost of education going up, any opportunity for funding is excellent.
Organizers say they plan to make the fair an annual event, helping more Barbadian students chart a global path to success. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
To sports now, the Prime Minister's Cup shifts to the round of 16, and Margaret Boys takes a look at the first two matches, which are scheduled for tonight at Gall Hill.
We've started with 24 teams, and now we're down to the round of 16. And all roads will lead to Gall Hill in St. John on the night of Wednesday, October 29th, for the first two knockout matches. Up first, Group A winners St. Andrew Lions, who are unbeaten, will face off against Group E third-place finishers Technique. The Lions, led by informed captain Derico King, have impressed so far and have a perfect record, having completed the preliminary stage with 9 points. They also have the best defensive record up to date, with a backline of Ramon Griffith and Zico Phillips only conceding 1 goal. Technique, on the other hand, could consider themselves lucky, having progressed as non-automatic qualifiers. They would have to contain King, Davion Clark, Jamari Henley, and Thierry Bradshaw, who have all netted so far in this edition of the Prime Minister's Cup. Technique will be hoping that their goals can come from Antonio Prince-Sweet, Nathaniel Straker, and Christian John. The second round of 16 match should definitely be one for the books, as last year's runners-up Britain's Hill will take on Wharton. Jerron Otterson and Corey Hoyt have been leading the way for Group B winners Britain's Hill with 2 and 3 goals respectively, but the defence has let in 3 goals as well. Wharton, on the flip side, were second in Group C and will look towards Doreen Guilford and Jabari Papi Chandler to produce the goods, as well as Darian King to be the playmaker in the middle of the park. All in all, 2 exciting matches are on the cards to open the appetite, and bumper crowds have been following the Prime Minister's Cup now into its second season, with thousands of fans expected to flock to St. John. And Mark Goodrich Voice, CBC Sports.
Well, that's news for now. We'll have more news on TV8 at 12 noon. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
12 minutes now after 7 o'clock. Oh, are you hungry? Are you hungry for some food? Are you thirsty for some rum? Food and Rum Festival is coming up, folks. It's coming up. It's like, well, hold on. November starts this weekend. It just dawned on me. Food and Rum Festival is next week. Literally next week. Sophia Catwell is the event coordinator. She's joining me now as we really take a very close look, because we got to move fast to get our tickets at the Food and Rum Festival. Sophie, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Time has slipped by so quickly.
It certainly has.
It just dawned on me. Today's the 29th of October.
Yes.
This weekend, November starts.
The first.
So the festival starts on the 6th of November.
On the next weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are we ready?
We certainly are. And we have a fully packed schedule for you this year. We're so excited. The National Cultural Foundation is so excited to be bringing you a New Look Festival. This year what we're doing is we're really shining a spotlight on all things that are Barbadian, from snow cones to guava cheese and all of the beloved items in between. You can rest assured that your festival will reflect everything that is Barbadian. From our international chefs, who we are bringing from across the world that are doing amazing things, we are bringing them home to showcase their talents here. And you can see them over the weekend on Friday at different locations across Barbados. You can see 2 of them in the Spicetown Esplanade. You can see 2 of them at the Pile Bay on the beach with the sea as the backdrop. And you can see 2 of them in the kiosk at Fairchild Street. And they're so excited to be coming home to showcase what it is that they do, and they're going to be putting out some really amazing menus. So we're excited to see that on Friday, November 7th. Of course, we open in Oystins on Thursday, November 6th, and that's going to be one big street party. We're going to close the street and invite persons down to engage with our Oystins vendors, take photos with our international and local stars, as well as enjoy some live entertainment, drink some rum cocktails, and have a street party. Have a street party.
It's Oystins after all. And it starts at 6 o'clock on the 6th of November, by the way. That's Thursday, the 6th of November. In Oystins, that's free. As you know, come be prepared for a gastronomical delight. Meet the stars of Barbados who are going to be featured in this year's Rum and Food and Rum Festival. Want to really come to do that. It's really going to be fantastic. Take your pictures, taste and see. Then on Friday, you said you're having the international chefs also doing some wonderful things in the Esplanade, in Fairchild Street, Pile Bay. Again, that's free.
Also free to the public. We want you to come out.
To the public.
We're taking food to the public. We're going into the communities, which leads me to tell you all about a new exciting event that we've added to the festival calendar. The Barbados Community Cook-Off Competition, where we've gone into our different communities, we've identified them by parish and asked those persons, do you think that you are the best home cook? And we got a really tremendous response. We were able to whittle down the applications to 11, and those persons are going to be cooking off against each other on Friday the 31st, and then we'll whittle down to 6, and then we'll see them in Queen's Park on Friday the 7th from 4 p.m. and that's totally free to the public. Come out and represent your parish. You can wear your regathering color and come out and really support these home cooks that have been doing such amazing
in
stuff.
our communities. Let's break this down for a moment. This coming Friday
is the semifinals.
Is the semifinals.
Yeah, but that will be streamed live, so you can join our Food and Rum Barbados page and the NCF Barbados pages and see that live. And then we'll go into Queen's Park, and that will be free to the public, so you can come and see those competitors cooking off against each other live on stage. That's sponsored by Simplex, who've really come on board in a big way to assist us in getting this community cook-off up and running. So we're excited about this new event and encouraging people to come out and support their community cooks.
Really, really show up. Not just watch and learn, but also watch and celebrate. So from all of the parishes, you want to really come out and give full support. That's on Friday, the 7th of November. Not this Friday, next week Friday. It's absolutely free in Queen's Park.
In Queen's Park.
And what time does that begin?
That begins at 4 p.m.
Okay.
And runs into the evening.
Fantastic. That's good. I like the rum roots.
Yeah.
You gotta forgive me.
Well, the rum roots are going to be amazing this year. We've made some tweaks. We've added some exciting stuff. You know that on the rum routes, you jump on the bus and you hop around to different rum shops.
Right.
And this year, on your bus, you get to hang out with a celebrity artist. You may be on the bus with King Bubber. You may be on the bus with Stiffy. So we've encouraged some of our local artists and celebrities to join us on the rum route, and they'll be encouraging you as you move from route to route and you visit our local rum distilleries.
We're showing you on the screen, folks. That's the flyer there that associates with it. The birthplace of rum, discover why Barbados is. And so that's your cost. Now, the box offices are open.
Yes, they are.
The box offices are busy receiving all your patronage.
Yes,
so I want to encourage you to really go and get your tickets as soon as possible.
Yes.
Those box offices.
Yeah, those box offices. CS Pharmacy, Broad Street, iShop Sheraton, Empowered at Sky Mall, Saul Warren's, Eddie's Speightstown, Rubis at Wildy, Day and Night Boutique, The Walk, Welch's St. Thomas, the Oasis Cube, either the one at Worthing or the one at Sunset Crest, Forever Blessed through the Street Bridgetown, and of course the NCF West Terrace, that's the box office as well.
Or online.
Or you can buy them online at ticketlinks.com.
Indeed. So the Rum Route South is on Friday, the 7th. Run Route North.
That's right.
Is the follow, if you can still stand.
If you can. If you have the energy, you can do the Rum Route North on the Saturday afternoon. That starts at 2 p.m. and you can join it from in Speightstown. It does the northern rum shops. You go to the Montgate Distillery in St. Lucie, and then you come around, and trust me, it's going to be fun. You'll get to drink rum and tea. And you'll also get to stop by the Animal Flower Cave and play some rum games and have like a little picnic. So we're really excited for these innovations that we've brought to the festival this year. And of course, you know, we have our marquee events. This Saturday at 4 a.m. we have the Rise and Rum Beach Party. That is, you know, we ask people to dress in their sunrise yellow and come out and really taste and enjoy the food from 10 local chefs and 7 local mixologists, and all of our rum sponsors, all of our other sponsors who will be there to showcase that you can sample rum, you can eat ice cream, you can have fruit dipped in chocolate. And then our chefs this year, because of our local theme of Barbados is on the menu, we've challenged our chefs to use local ingredients in all of their dishes. And they've come back with some really innovative items. We may have a cocktail with some sea grape in it.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
It
That
sounds interesting.
Stop doing this to me this time of the morning. Indeed. I had one of the mixologists, Damien, and he was saying, he actually uses sometimes the oil from the lamb. I mean, talk what you want. You love the flavor of the lamb, don't you?
Yes.
Imagine that flavor in your mix, in your drink as well. And so that's going to be happening. Rise and Rum is called a Copacabana. 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Early o'clock in the morning on Saturday, next Saturday, 4 o'clock in the morning until about midday-ish.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you're just spending a few hours there, but having a grand time, having a really good time in Rise and Rum.
Yeah.
With food, of course, in between.
And then we culminate with our market event, Liquid Gold Feast, and that's on the Sunday evening from 7 p.m. over at the Carfesta House. And if you remember, Carfesta House is where we had the Carfesta Grand Market. We're going to totally transform that space into a beautiful, beautiful event area. So we have determined that we'll have 5 specially curated areas that will take you back to what you will remember as Barbados of old. There'll be a rum shop, which you can experience. There'll be a street food section where you can enter and experience all the Barbados street food that you know is we're good for. You'll have a sweetie shop like in the olden days, so you can move around the sweetie shop and get your comfort and your tamarind balls.
And your sugar cakes.
And your sugar cakes.
Yes. Nut cakes even.
Exactly.
Yes.
There is a jazz club. I remember the old Bel Air Jazz Club section. So we're going to be simulating all of these different curated areas, decorated by some of the best that we have on island in terms of event design. And so we're really going to transform that space and make it lovely for you. The entertainment is going to be all local, and you'll see a number of our artists in a different light. You can hear Edwin there, but he may be singing a ballad. You'll hear the mighty Gabby singing different things. So we've really made the evening different, and we hope that people will come out and enjoy what we have to offer. It's going to be lovely, and what we have planned is going to be really amazing.
I mean, the chefs already have some amazing menus. From the mystery baskets, they're doing some wonderful things. I know the guy who was here with us last time, he talked about his use of lamb shanks.
Yes.
You gotta come and taste it. It's so delicious, and the seasonings he's infusing in those things. It's really good. Carfesta House. Now, parking relative to that event.
Yes, so we'll have,
as we did with Carfesta?
As we did with Carfesta. We will have the parking over at Botanical Gardens, over by the National Stadium, on the traverse on either sides of the road before you approach the venue, and there will be park and ride as well in effect. So,
Liquid Gold is a dress-up event.
Yeah. So this year we're telling you to come looking elegantly. You don't have to wear your black tie, but we want you to dress up and look nice.
Dress nice. Dress nicely, man. This is going to be really, really lovely. Are there combinations in tickets so that, to make it more affordable?
This year we offer a combo ticket where you can get a Rise and Rum Beach Party ticket as well as your Liquid Gold ticket for $500. So that's a great saving.
Look at your screen, everybody. Look at your screen. Look at only available online. Only available online. This combo deals. Ticketlinks.com. And these are going so swiftly.
They are moving very quickly.
So I want you to don't miss this opportunity. Ticketlinks.com for the combo for Rise and Rum and Liquid Gold. The feast is what's happening there indeed. And so grab those combination tickets, but grab all of your other tickets for all of the other events as well. Show up in number, show up dressed nicely, show up to have a really good time to celebrate the best of Barbados on the menu. Barbadian chefs who are working overseas and amazing people there with what they do, they're coming home to amaze us in Barbados as well, alongside our usual exciting Barbados chefs and mixologists. They shall not be left out because we have a whole cadre of them who are doing phenomenal work there too.
Yes, and we're going to be showcasing rum in a big way at every event over the course of the festival weekend. So you can get your rum pairings, you can get your rum samplings. Our rum sponsors that have come on board, Mount Gay Rum, Plantaray Rum and Stays, Boomba Rum is also going to be joining us this year. So we're going to have a really great time at the Barbados Food and Rum Festival.
I've moved already. Sophie, I want to thank you so much. It's the most exciting
Always
time.
a pleasure.
Remember, folks, this Friday, though, is the semi-finals of the Community Cook-Off. You can watch it online on the NCF's or on the Food and Rum Festival website. And then get ready for next week, boy. Next week is going to be the week in Barbados for the Food and Rum Festival. Go to ticketlinks.com or to any of the box offices we shared with you and see, follow socials and see how you can be and where to be and when to be, all of those kinds of things. Indeed. Sophia, thank you so much indeed.
Thank you as well.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
29 after 7, St. Michael, they come from. We're getting ready for the Spirit of the Nation show, which, as you know, happens November 15th. Garfield Sobers Gymnasium. Get your tickets and show up for St. Michael. I'm introducing you today to the parish ambassadors and the attendant for St. Michael. Next to me is Dante Freeman. If you didn't know, he is the male parish ambassador. And you see smiling so beautifully next to him is Leanna Griffith, who is also the parish ambassador. Both of you, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you. Well done. And across from me is their attendant, Catherine Roach. Catherine, good morning to you as well.
Good morning.
Dante, starting with you. You chose to be the male parish ambassador. Why?
Personally, becoming parish ambassador chose me. That's what I like to say. The title was one I was looking at last year. I was a committee last year, which would have given me experience in CICS. But moving on to this year, I then became parish ambassador from my personal experience.
So last year you saw it and you thought, this is exciting, this is something I actually really wanted to do.
Yeah.
What about it excited you most?
Most exciting was meeting persons, having the hands-on interactions with persons every day. That's what catch my attention.
And these are just average people in your community, or are these also the other ambassadors from other parishes?
The other ambassadors as well, who we became like a small family, but mainly those in my community.
What's the most fun thing you've had with the ambassadors?
Possibly our session in St. John.
What happened?
That day was Boys Talk, Girls Talk. So basically we had interactions where we would have expressed our own emotions, and from that day we had deeper bonds.
Interesting. You were there too?
Yes,
Leah?
please.
So this Boys Talk, Girl Talk, you know, so you had an opportunity to say how you feel about life in general?
Yeah, it was definitely a really open experience to have. It kind of felt like counseling. I would relate it to that, yeah.
And out of it, you two were inspired to make friendships with the other ambassadors?
Yeah, definitely.
So why did you choose to join the program in the first place as well? You were there serving last year too?
No, please. I actually learned about the parish ambassador committee or program through Youth Parliament.
Oh.
I was recommended through that segment, and I feel like the interview process, everything from the beginning to now has been definitely very transformative and insightful. But yeah, that's how I got introduced to the program.
So far, the most exciting thing for you, having journeyed thus far?
Definitely the school visits, a favorite of mine. I love talking to the children, I love connecting with them, just basically seeing the pinnacle of the society in Barbados, you know, because it begins with the children for sure. So definitely, yeah.
Dante, how was it for you knocking at doors, introducing yourself to people, and were you scared?
No, it's actually mesmerizing.
Really?
Yes.
Why so?
Because you meet different persons. So one day you'll see an older person, next day younger persons. You'll see kids running up to you, introducing themselves actually. They see your stash and then they're wondering what is that. From there they actually learn about the program and you as well. And you can be a light to them.
So you've seen the change in you?
Definitely.
And you're enjoying this ride so far? What's the project, Leanna?
Our project is Oasis, Opportunity, Accessibility, Sports, Inclusion Support. That's what the acronym stands for. The initiative this year was to help special needs persons to feel included as it relates to sports, because we realized there wasn't really an outlet for them. We have the Senior Olympics as well as BSAT and NATSAT, but there's not really an outlet for them to feel included, and sports is a good initiative to help persons to feel included and to compete, you know. That really boosts something in young people. So that was the project for this year, yeah.
Trust me, you have my heart there, because I do have a godson who's special needs, so I understand how important. And I know there was also a mini Olympiad that was held at the Usain Bolt complex.
Yeah.
Well done, St. Michael, well done. Catherine, I was watching you watch them while they spoke, and there's such pride pouring out of you. You're really happy with these two youngsters, aren't you?
Yes, they have come a long way, and to see today, I mean, to watch them right now, it really got me all emotional.
Yeah, you should have seen how she was watching the both of you, honestly. And so, getting them to this stage, what was your role, and how has it been for you?
My role has basically chaperoning the ambassadors from events to different appearances, and making sure that they're there on time. Because I don't like being late, and I don't like them being late as well.
And that wasn't so difficult, right? Because these are two disciplined young people from the foundation school.
And I drill them. I make sure they're there on time.
And so far, they've been very, very compliant.
Yes, they have.
And so you two are in the competition.
Yes, please.
And so you are watching the criteria as well for attendant of the year.
Yes, please.
And just to make sure that you're okay. If you should become attendant of the year, how important is that to you?
Actually, it wasn't no concern of me for winning. My aim is to bring awareness to the persons in St. Michael, getting other young persons to be involved to come and be ambassadors. So that's my main goal. I'm not interested really in the hype of the winning.
But if you should win, it's all right, right?
Definitely winning, yes. I would be good. But
fair enough.
It's mostly for the community.
Very good. Working together as a team, has Liana been fun? Done?
Yes.
I used to be a little uncertain. Liana, I'll ask you then. Has he been fun?
Yes, definitely like a brother to me at this point.
Right. That's really good. And that's the bond and the friendship that we actually love to see.
Yeah.
Costume and formal wear. Have you ever done pageantry before, Dante?
No, I haven't actually.
So for you, this is the first time walking across the stage in this way now.
Yes.
Scared?
Not really, because this year they took the costume aspect out. So instead, 2 young persons of the parish will be doing that.
Do the costume?
Yes, please.
Oh, so you're just in formal wear?
Yeah.
Aha. Have you seen your suit yet?
Not as yet, but we
You've
have
seen
seen
the
the
design.
design.
And?
Very excited.
You kind of like it. You kind of like it.
Loving it, actually.
And the color and everything?
Yeah.
What color are you wearing?
Can't tell you.
I was hoping to trap you right there. Leanna, what about you? Are you happy with the gown you were wearing?
I'm definitely happy.
And your color is what again?
I can't tell you.
Fair enough. All the secrets are being kept today.
Yeah.
I really want to wish both of you well. I'm
Thank
really
you.
excited for the show. It's November the 15th.
Yeah.
I want you to tell all of St. Michael to come out now. Tell everybody today to come out and support you.
Come on, support us, guys.
And we're white.
And we're white.
Definitely wear white.
We're white. Show up in your white.
And don't forget, our parish months begin from the 1st of November. We have a host of activities going on. You can go to the Instagram page and you can see the activities as well.
All right. I'm sure we'll be connecting with you more in November as well as those events unfold. Thank you all, Dante, Liana, and Catherine. Good luck. November the 15th. May the best one win. I want it to be you two.
Yeah.
So good luck indeed. All the best. All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, authored, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
19 to the hour. You know, teachers are fun. Teachers are people too. I'm having some fun time with some teachers this morning because the BUT continues to mark in a very significant way this week for teachers. And joining me again today is Cherise Rock, who is the Public Relations Officer of the BUT, the Barbados Union of Teachers. And she's brought along with her some of their top tier teachers. The last time we were together, Cherise, you talked to us about this initiative.
Yes.
And we could not wait to meet some of them. I haven't forgotten you, Bradley. I haven't forgotten you at all. Bradley's across from me. That's why you see this man on the thing, Bradley Murray. And you remember Bradley because we had Bradley on Mornin Barbados before. So here we are now. The top tier teachers are known.
Yes, we announced them yesterday. They were quite surprised. It was a lovely experience. We divided ourselves into 3 groups and we visited, when I said ourselves, the executive.
Yes.
We divided ourselves into 3 groups and we visited the schools and surprised them. And our first stop was at the Ministry of Education, Educational Transformation.
Yes.
Beg your pardon. To see Miss Shamel Edwards, and boy was she surprised.
I'm glad, Shamel. This is Shamel Edwards right here. Shamel, so what does it mean to you to be recognized as a top tier teacher?
Wow. I feel honored.
Yes.
I feel seen and appreciated. And I've been teaching for 24 years. And honestly, I do it not for recognition, but honestly, because I genuinely care about the students. I love teaching, and that's what I'm passionate about.
Yes, yes. But now you find yourself in administration.
Well, technically, no, because I'm a peripatetic teacher.
Oh.
Peripatetic.
Thank you. That's the word I said I'm not calling today. Yes, please.
And in this capacity, I get to go around to schools. I get to meet and work with teachers and give them some support in the area of reading and literacy.
Teaching has its challenges.
Yes.
But you don't see challenges alone. You see all of the possibilities.
All of the possibilities. The difference we can make with our students, giving them the attention, being intentional in our teaching instruction. I see that's how we meet the possibilities.
So when someone turned up at your office yesterday, was it?
Yes.
Yesterday, and said they're looking for Shamel. And you're thinking, well, hold on, I wasn't expecting anybody today, right?
The thing is this, she was difficult to surprise because I made a call to the Deputy Chief Education Officer and she said, oh, Miss Edwards is going to Hilda Ski. And I said, she's coming to the office. So I had to bring in 2 people on our little secret. Miss Janelle Little, good morning Janelle, and Dr. Christina Morris. I had to bring them in the loop.
Yes.
So they got her to be at the office.
And so they turned up.
Yeah, so they told me, I want you to come and do me a favor, collect a package from the ministry to give to someone.
Yes.
And I said, cool, no problem. And they said, come follow me. And when I walked into the room, I saw CBC, Nation News, Barbados Today, and I'm like, what's happening in my mind? And the guy asked me, do you know why you're here? I said, no, please.
Yeah.
Just here to come and collect something. He said, we're here to honor you. I was like, what? You know, so it was a surprise.
It was a wonderful
But a
surprise.
welcomed and pleasant surprise.
Indeed so. Bradley, for you though, because you teach at Leicester Vaughan.
Yes.
And I mean, you teach one of those subjects a lot of people grit their teeth at, but you make it so easy, mathematics and understanding concepts. Did you see this coming?
No. I was in the middle of class. I was teaching my third years, and I had some return fifths who were doing like extra work with me, right? So I'm surrounded by students, and I saw the principal came and was like, what are you doing now? So then everybody was like, come, we want to. And all the children were cheering, they were happy. So it was fun. Wow. It felt good.
What was the plan to get Bradley surprised now? Sure.
He just showed up, and he was there sitting, doing his work meticulously with the two students. And I was like, you don't know why we're here? He looked puzzled.
Yes.
Then he finally got up and accepted.
Yeah, that was a shocker for me.
Because when you saw the Barbados Youth Teacher show, it's like, whoa, what happened here now? You were in trouble for a good reason, and a good cause.
Yes.
Reflect on your work for just a moment in teaching.
It's rewarding. It's enjoy. As I tell you, I always enjoy having the kids, and the fact that's come to me to sit down and go through work, it's just be fun. It's just I enjoy just hearing them talk, just hearing them experience like. Sir, this is something I'm struggling with. That's all right. Let me work it out. Let me hatch it out. Let me see how we can apply this thing. And then be like, sir, but you make it seem so easy. When with you, I just be understanding. When by myself, I just be lost. Let's say because you overthinking. Settle your mind, go through the notes. We got so much technology. Use the technology and then apply. If you can't, come back to me.
The thing about you is that you make teaching, not just teaching, you welcome people into your space, and they feel confident and comfortable around you. Like teach is just teacher, but he is a man who sees me and who feels me and who understands my needs. And you meet them emotionally on an emotional level, which is brilliant. And that's not something you can teach people to do.
It's true.
That is not something teachable, as peripatetic as you are.
And I find it changes them, and they build their confidence, and like. Regardless of that, then you see them going out and say, sir, show me, let me teach you. And that's what he's want. Go and teach them, let me see what's going on. That way, till my return fifths come into a class that is not their class at a lower level to help. So I did work with them. So it's building confidence.
That's beautiful.
Is this your first national recognition?
Yes, it was a shocker.
You know, and to think in your lifetime, you saw it.
And
in your lifetime.
You will hear students telling you, you will hear parents talk about you, but to be recognized is a first thing for me.
Wow.
How did this come about, Cherise? How was Bradley singled out?
Okay. This is our third year doing Top Tier. How it's done, you must be a member of the Barbados Union of Teachers. That's the first criteria. Then you have to fit the other criteria. A teacher who inspires, encourages, and respects his or her colleagues. You're nominated by a peer. The person nominating and seconding must be a member of the BUT as well. So when you are going about your job, people are watching you, people see you, people recognize you. They don't even know who nominated them, but somebody saw you and recognized you. In fact, we had 11. They had 11 awardees this year, and they were chosen from about 40, 45.
Wow, that must have been so difficult. I can't begin how that could have been.
Wow.
You had to be going over, and the write-ups were excellent this year. They were excellent.
All right.
Say, how can I choose this one and not this one?
We got time with you on another occasion because I can't wait to meet more of
Yes.
these top tier teachers as well. But I'm almost out of time. I want to quickly give you an opportunity to remind us what else is coming up this week in the
Okay,
celebrations.
this week we are having, this evening at Sky Mall, 7 p.m., we are having the John Cumberbatch Memorial
Right.
Lecture, and that's with Dr. Hesse Varus. The topic is Teachers, the Heart of Educational Transformation. Tomorrow is a professional development workshop for beauty members.
I was looking at
And
AI.
that is,
I remember.
Oh.
You remember you told me that I was started. Go ahead.
You're a good student.
Yes.
AI is here, and that is with Quinn Weeks and Damien Best from Earliston. And that's from 9 till 3. And then on Friday night, our 11 top tier teachers
Along with a
and
couple other
I think
awardees.
15 retirees will receive their awards at our president's reception. It's a cocktail event
At your headquarters.
at our headquarters.
Good stuff.
Good. I'm a
Yeah,
good student, girl. A
yeah,
really good
very
student.
good.
Congratulations to both of you,
you
Bradley
very much.
and
Thank you
Shamel.
so
And
much.
Sharice, as always, thanks. Bring the rest. Bring the rest.
I didn't call up names.
Don't call all.
Don't call
We'll meet them.
We'll meet them.
Don't you worry about it. But congratulations to all who are recognized as top tier teachers. You are brilliant.
Thank you so much.
I really, really applaud you. You do what I cannot do. And I really want to celebrate you today. Thank you so much. And
Thank
Sharice, as
you.
always, thanks for the great. You know me, teachers are really important to our society.
You're welcome.
Brilliant contribution.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're coming
Thank
back
you.
in a moment, folks.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We have 8 minutes to go now. We're taking a look at an upcoming Olympiad, looking at STEM and robotics and all those kinds of things. Professor Cardinal Ward joins me now. He is the man behind all of this, the Executive Director Interim of Caribbean Science Foundation. Professor Ward, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson. Pleasure to be on. Thanks for having me on.
As always, great to have you on as well, because you two are doing phenomenal work in terms of training the minds and being able to provide opportunities for youngsters who are involved in now taking that technology and applying their learning to crafting and creating ways that change the world. So let's talk about the upcoming Olympiad and what that means and how it aligns with our educational goals.
Yeah, it's very fitting for you to have me on right after the teachers. We are in the 4th year of the Caribbean STEM Olympiad. STEM, of course, stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. And we have 3 competitions. I should say 3 categories. There's Olympiads in Mathematics, Olympiads in Computer Programming, and Olympiads in Robotics and Electronic Systems. Right now, we are standing at 132 applications, but we still have a month to go. The deadline for applications is the 30th of November. The actual finals are actually in January of 2026, 12th through the 18th of January 2026. But we have so many applicants every year in mathematics that we have to have preliminary rounds, and those rounds are going to take place around the 13th to the 18th of December this year. And because the deadline is a month away, we are on here today to urge as many Barbadians as possible to apply. Right now, we have 132 applications, and interestingly, there are more females than males in the pool so far. Maybe the men are waiting to the last minute to apply, but there are 71 females and 61 males right now.
Yes.
So we are excited about this because it challenges our students, especially in the mathematics, to push themselves to be even better and to raise the standards in the region. And one of the reasons we're doing this is because we think the Caribbean ought to be creating a lot more jobs based on science and technology and science and engineering. And this way we can find out who the talent is out there and inspire them to do more. And robotics, of course, is affecting our lives. So is AI, and that's why we have the coding Olympiads, the computer coding programming Olympiads. And those Olympiads in coding, interestingly, are attacking problems that face the Caribbean. On the website, which is at caribbeanscience.org, or if you want to go specifically to the Olympiads, it's caribbeanscience.org/CSO, as in Caribbean STEM Olympiads. But you'll see the challenges that we're asking the people who are writing computer programs to do. The challenges range from things that are affecting us right now, like hurricanes and climate change and so on, to food security, energy security, moving money around the region, and other geohazards like earthquakes and so on. But we're asking the students who compete to tell us how the solutions to these problems can be addressed. They don't have to solve the complete problem because the problem has been with us for a long time, but they have to write a piece of code, computer language code, to address maybe a subsection of the bigger problem, but they have to tell us how what they've done will enable the solution to the larger problem.
You're giving information today. I know you have an upcoming final information session. When is it and where is it and how can we be a part?
Oh, yes. We give information. We've had 3 sessions already. The final session is going to be on the 16th of November at 7 p.m., I believe. It's all on the website. And we would like as many Barbadians to attend that session because there we give a lot of detailed information about the Olympiads. But the website has just about everything, and most of the things that I will say at that information session on November 16th is on the website.
All right.
But,
so, folks, I want you to look at your screen. we have the information there on our screens for all that we've been talking about, really. So we encourage you to join on the 16th. That's on Zoom. That's the code right there. And while you want to be a part of any of those categories for the Olympiad, you can get to know more information then how it is all going to play out. They give you the application details as well. We're looking at people between 13 to 21 years of age. And you can enter either as an individual or you can enter as a team. Represent your school, the club, or yourself. And you have until Independence Day to get your applications in. The information right there at the bottom of that spiel I just shared with you, which is caribbeanscience.org/CSO, to see how you can register. And all of this, Professor Ward, is not just for bragging rights, but there's some other interesting prizes to be won, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, we give money. This is, we give $500 if you win a platinum medal. And that's US dollars, by the way.
Yes.
400 for gold and 300 for silver, 200 for bronze. And so you will be rewarded for your efforts. And I hope that many, many more Barbadians will sign up. But yes, this is motivation for our students to be more focused on the STEM disciplines, because we really would like to see Barbados and the Caribbean in general create more jobs based on science and engineering to complement tourism and oil and natural gas for those countries that have it.
Indeed so. So, Professor Ward, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning, Interim Director of the Caribbean Science Foundation, giving opportunity to young people, 13 to 21, to be a part of the Olympiads. 3 of them, robotics and electronics, computer coding, and math. And so if you see a solution to a problem that you are experiencing at the same time, enter by registering at caribbeanscience.org. And good luck to all of you, because the Olympiad happens in January. In January, it actually concludes on my birthday, so I wish you well. And so I'm excited to see how many of you will register to be a part of it. Men, more gentlemen. We're encouraging you to go online and register as well. But thank you, Professor Ward, and good luck to all of you indeed. Folks,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
You're welcome. And so, folks, that's it for today. My team joins me. Wish you a great today. Be the will of the Lord. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.